Now let's take a look at the payments page. For Tier 1 and Tier 2, this is going to look pretty similar. The main difference is that for Tier 2, since your bowlers will be paying dues through their own Spareable accounts, you will get the benefit of automatically tracking those payments. So any payments made through Spareable will show up in this blue color with a little lightning bolt that shows that they were automatically paid. If you're also tracking cash payments in addition to those card payments made through Spareable, or if you're a Tier 1 manager, then this is, a little explanation on how you will track payments manually. So in this league, we are in week 1, and the dues are $20 per person. So in order to record a payment, let's say Bowler 5 hands you $20 in cash for their dues this week. You would click on the cell for Bowler 5 week 1. You would verify the amount received. It defaults to the full dues amount, but you can change it however you need to. And then we will record that $20 cash payment, and it will show up in green here. Another situation that you might encounter is somebody who likes to pay ahead. So let's say Bowler 6 wants to pay for 3 weeks right now. You can record a $60 cash payment for them, and then when we get to week 2 and week 3, they will already have a check mark here. As you can see on the right hand side, their total is $60 paid for now. Another situation that you might encounter is if, let's say, 2 people on a team, they want to pay their dues together. So let's say Bowler 7 wants to cover their dues and Bowler 8's dues as well. So that would be a total of $40. And then we can do the split with a teammate option. We'll split with Bowler 8. And by default, it'll do a 50-50 split of the total amount up here. You can change that to be whatever you need it to be, but the default is always 50-50. And then you can record that payment, split 2 ways, so now it shows each of them paid $20. And then another situation you might encounter is if you need to waive dues for someone for a given week. You can use that button in the bottom left, and it will have this little W. You can undo that by clicking it again and clearing the override. If you need to change a payment amount, let's say Bowler 5 had 20 extra bucks in their pocket and they want to pay for next week too, you can change that. So if they were at 20, now they're at 40. We can apply the correction, and then next week we will see a little check mark under week 2. We can see on the right here that they have paid $40. Another situation you might need is to issue a refund. Let's say you either had a typo or they handed you too much money and you recorded an overpayment. You can look at their payment history by clicking on the bowler. So we can see Bowler 5 paid $20 and then they paid $20 again. Let's say the second one was actually a mistake. We can refund it. We can refund the full amount, refund a partial amount. But once we do that, they'll go back to having paid only $20 for this week. Down here you can see we've collected $120 total dollars, all of that in cash, and then we have no dollars in Stripe so far. You can see the per week breakdown. So the lane fees are 15, prize pools 5. Any additional categories that you specify during league setup will show up here as well. This record card payment for Bowler is a feature. Let's say one of your bowlers, they don't want to make a Spareable account, but they do want to pay their dues in card, by card. You can select them. So let's select Bowler 15. And then you can charge their card directly on here. So you'll have to click this button, and then it will take you to the Stripe page. You can type in their card number for them, or they can type it in from your device and confirm, and then it will show a payment for them. So that way, if you have anyone who's like, I want to pay by card, I don't want to I don't want to make an account. Can you just do it for me? This is how you can do it. Okay, up here you can, there's also one other situation. Let's say someone just paid like $5. Then they would show as partially paid, but they still owe $15, as you can see on the right here. So that way you can track partial payments as well. And then let's look at the other tabs. This tab will show you the percent of the total collected that is going towards the lane fees for the center. So we've collected $125, and the portion of that needs to go to the center is this, based on what you set up for your dues breakdown. And these items, if you wanted to do center banking, we do have it as an option. Your center would need to create a center account with us, which isn't too difficult, but there's instructions on how to do that here if that's something you're interested in. Otherwise, you've already set up your Stripe account to be where payments will go. And then if in the future you wanted to send the center their money directly and they were set up with us, you could do that here too. And down here is just a little payment tracker, so it shows us that we owe $240 to the center. We can just mark it paid here if we'd like to. Manager wallet, this is where you'll see any payments that came through Stripe, and I'll do a video on that next, but just so you're aware that it is here. And then one other payment thing that I want to show in this video is the treasury. So if you go to the top right corner and there's this drop down, you can go to treasury and it will show you the breakdown of all of these categories up through the current week. This payouts record is, I issued some refunds, so that's what that is. Yeah, and that is an introduction to the payments page. I will go into it a little bit more in the next video.